Cool. So I'm Kelly. I am the graduate talent lead for Suncorp, and I have my team here with me. So I'm just going to get them to introduce themselves as well.
So I'll start.
Hi everyone, I'm Jess Ryan. I'm a graduate talent consultant. I manage our insurance, banking and wealth, customer platforms and customer experience streams.
I'm another Kelly, and I help with recruitment, but also look after the social media and comms for the program.
And I'm Robert Norrie. I support the technology stream for the graduate program, as well as our risk, legal, finance, and HR grads.
Hi, I'm Kate. I'm a grad talent officer and I support pretty much Jess, Kelly and Robbie. Support the two different streams as well as our social media and communications as well.
Cool. All right, so the purpose of us doing this today, I suppose, is twofold. So one is to give you a bit of insight into the recruitment campaign that we have open now. So hopefully it'll give you that little bit more information that you haven't been able to find on the website. But also we thought we'd just take you for a quick tour around the office that we're in right now as well, just to show you what our office space looks like and the kind of area that you might work in if you were successful to come and join us on the grad program next year. So insights in relation to the grad program, I think we wanted to cover off on a couple of things. So obviously applications are open now, and we've got, as you know from the website, we have 4 streams that we're recruiting from. So we have the corporate, technology, insurance and banking. So we've developed those streams on purpose so that within those streams there are a number of types of things or a number of types of roles that you could be doing within those streams, and we just wanted to keep them quite broad so that you had so it attracted the kind of people who are interested in actually getting exposure to lots of different things within those streams. So we really moved away from a very role specific type recruitment, and we're now very much more looking for people with a broad set of skills, with an open mind and flexibility, and really looking for an opportunity just to learn a lot and get a lot of new skills that they might not have thought that they were going to get as part of the program. So that's sort of the reasoning behind the streams. So hopefully there's enough information on the website there for you to make a decision about which stream to apply for. And so as far as the recruitment process itself, applications shut on the 28th of March, so make sure that you get in way before then. And one of the insights I suppose that we wanted to share with you as well was we're really, really passionate about making sure that we are attracting and finding the people who actually really want to work in Suncorp as well. So if you have any doubts about whether Suncorp is somewhere that you want to work, we would much rather you put your time and effort into an application with an organisation that you really want to work for, because as the guys here will probably agree, we know immediately if you have mass produced your applications. So we would rather you put time and energy into the companies that you really want to work for. So if Suncorp isn't in your top 3, then we're okay with that. And you know, if you don't want to apply, then that is completely fine as well. So I think what you guys need to remember is that each organisation is really, really different, and we all offer different things, and you need to really approach your applications with a really good understanding of where you want to work and what you want to do and the type of culture and organisation that you want to work in. So that's probably the first insight in relation to the application process. Second one would be, we get questions a lot around, you know, how do I stand out? That would probably be the #1 question that we get at a careers fair is, so how do we stand out? What makes me different in that pool? And there's probably a couple of things. One is, you know, we have a really good understanding of what Suncorp is and what's really important at Suncorp and the type of people who do really well here. And so we are looking for those types of people when we go to careers fairs and when we, you know, are looking at our applications and things like that. So and I think this is probably hard for a lot of people to hear sometimes because it sounds a bit cliche, but it is actually about being yourself, because it's, you know, you don't want to pretend to be someone else and then land in an organisation that you find you're actually not a fit for, because that's where your job dissatisfaction is going to start coming in, and you're going to feel like, you know, a square peg in a round hole, basically. So we would rather you be yourself during the application process, because then we can make the right assessment of, you know, we think you'd actually be a really good fit for that team because you've got the right fit for that team, or, you know, we can actually make sure that you get in the right place with your application as well. So really important for you to just be yourself. And then the second thing is also about doing, I suppose, going above and beyond. So don't just do what the application tells you to do from a compliance perspective, but think about what are the bits or the little things that you can do extra to make yourself stand out. And one of them, which is a classic example, is the cover letter. A lot of cover letters, well, a lot of people don't even write cover letters, so if you do, that already gives you an advantage over others. But also writing a good cover letter. So we really just don't want another summary of your resume. We've already got your resume. What we want in your cover letter is actually a really good introduction to who you are, what you're passionate about, what you're interested in, and how you think Suncorp can help deliver that for you. So, and even to what you can contribute to Suncorp as an organisation as well. So, a really good cover letter is another great way to make you stand out, and particularly useful for leaders as well. So when you get to assessment centre stage and you'll meet the leaders at that point in time, a lot of them will give really good feedback around the candidates who have taken the time to write a good cover letter, because it really impresses them that you've actually sort of taken that time, but also put some thought into what you want to tell us about yourself as well. So that's probably the other one. Is there anything that anyone else wanted to cover off on? Any additional bits?
I think with the cover letter, it's also really important is that the leaders often read those before assessment centres, so it gives them a really good insight into who you are before they even meet you. So that connection is already established before you step foot into the AC. So yeah, another really good important one.
Yeah.
I think just be authentic through the whole process. We want to see who you really are. We're not interested in a whole bunch of robots. We're interested in individuals, and we're a pretty diverse company with a pretty diverse culture, so we want diverse graduates.
Yeah. I suppose the other thing that you probably might be harder for you to pick up on in, you know, looking at the website, and as much as we try our best, you know, through social media and website and all that sort of stuff, is getting a real good feeling for the culture of the organisation as well. And that can be really difficult for you, particularly at this time of year when there's a lot of organisations on campus and a lot of recruitment happening, and you're getting marketing materials and all this sort of stuff. But how do you actually differentiate between those employers and make a decision around which are going to be the right ones for you to apply for? And I suppose the other opportunity for us right now, I suppose, is to share what our culture is actually like, and what we believe it is in Suncorp as well. So I'll probably ask everyone to respond, but I think for me, the best thing I like about Suncorp is just more like the people that I work with, and it's a very people-focused, community feel type organisation, so I feel like I'm part of something, and that's something that I find really valuable to me personally working here, and why I'm still here. So what does everyone else think?
Yeah,
Culture-wise.
For me, it's definitely the culture. I mean, having been a grad myself, it's that grad community that you get. It's the social aspect, but also the network that you get within the business through the grad program. It's invaluable in everything you do, and it's helped me in my role since the grad program.
For me, one of the things that I find most valuable is the work-life balance. Every team I've worked in, every leader I've had is really flexible with its team members, and allowing them, to adjust their schedules based on, their priorities in life outside of work. It's not a leave it at the door kind of company, get in, straight to work, emotionless kind of thing. It's a very inclusive, family kind of oriented. The work-life balance is really good.
Yeah, I think for me, agreeing with Kate, the work-life balance is really good, just having that flexibility. But also, we we work hard, but we have fun. So it's not, when you walk onto one of the floors, it's not that you see everyone with their head down. We do get our work done and we work really hard, but everyone's laughing and, we do interact with each other throughout the day. So that's really important for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just add to the family comment. So I haven't been here long, and I'm also not here on a full-time basis, but since day one it's kind of felt like I fit, and everyone was very warm and welcoming the entire way through, and I think that's pretty universal across Suncorp. So.
Yeah. So we're pretty cool, aren't we?
Yeah, I think so.
Pretty awesome.
All right,
Cool.
is it time for a tour?
Yeah.
Well, and if anyone has any questions they want to ask us, type them in the comments and we'll do our best to answer.
Yeah.
In the meantime, what I'll do is I'll give it a little bit of a tour. I'll show you around the floor. We're on level 16 of our Albert Street office. Oh,
Sorry.
We're on level 16 of our Albert Street office, which is where our technology grads will be based mostly. And there's a few other people, other areas that are based in this building too. But it's also the home to our new innovation labs. So I'll give you a tour of the floor, and then we'll rejoin back with these guys and answer any questions you've got for us. So come with me. Here we go. So here we go. This is the reception area. And this over here is our new innovation lab, which has just been completed. You can see there our wonderful new logo, which has just been rolled out. And there's people in there innovating away, coming up with our latest products, and the next generation of financial services products. And this is a touchdown area here, there's people working. And then here we have the team again. And I don't know if we have any questions, so we'll should have a look. You got any questions there, Kelly?
I haven't seen.
No
No-
pressure.
No
Nope.
questions.
No questions? Oh well, that's alright. If you have any questions, you can send them through to our inbox, which is graduateprogram@suncorp.com.au. Oh, we've got someone typing away. I can see there.
Cool.
Do you want to talk a bit about where we're going to be in the next few weeks, Kelly?
So we've already been to Melbourne. So we've done Melbourne this week. So tomorrow, Robbie's actually in Sydney. So if you want to come and say hello to Robbie at the big meet in Sydney tomorrow, and then next week we've got all our Brisbane fairs next week. So we will be at UQ, Bond, and then the big meet in Brisbane next week. So if you do want to come and see us and say hi, we will be there. And then the week after, application's shut, so you haven't got much longer. So big tip as well with the application is maybe get in a little bit earlier and not leave it to the last second. That would be very helpful, not only for you but for us too. So
Two questions. Got a couple of questions.
okay, so what kind of involvement is there in the program outside of everyday work? Very good question.
Yes.
So, and maybe something probably that Kate and Robbie can answer, but just in relation to the grad community and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, Kate and I have both been grads on the program, and we were both really active in the graduate community in our time in the program. So that meant, especially in the capital cities, we have quite a large cohort in each state of graduates. So we have regular catch-ups after work, drinks, social events. We even did a ski trip to Queenstown one year. That was not Suncorp funded. I need to put that out there. That was a self-funded trip. But we've done some pretty cool trips. We also did a camping trip one year as well, and that's kind of a regular fixture now. Anything else you want to add to that?
Yeah, just apart from all the social events and everything we do, I'd say the grad community is just so strong. Both Robbie and I moved here from overseas, and it was just an instant connection with friends, an instant network of people to get to know, to get involved in, sign up and do sports teams. So I played touch rugby league team, I joined an indoor soccer team with all grads. It's just a very social kind of community, and if you're interested in doing something and want some people to come along, just send an email out to the other grads, reach out to them. People are very social and inclusive. So yeah.
Cool.
Great.
So another question in relation to how much does your background in engineering matter? There's probably you know, in relation to disciplines, I think we're definitely starting to evolve now. So while probably 5 years ago it would have been very discipline specific and the discipline would have been linked to a specific role, because we're moving to more that stream-based recruitment now and broadening out the types of skills that we need within those streams, engineering is a really good degree to have in Suncorp, because it's that problem solving and it's that, you know, seeing something that you want to fix and all that sort of stuff. And there's a lot of that going on in the organisation at the moment. So engineering is one of those areas that we've really recruited well in the insurance space, particularly. And also things like electrical engineering go really well in our technology space as well. So I think, you know, at the end of the day, you're not going to be an engineer necessarily, but you're certainly going to use your degree in a different way that you might not have expected to use it. So, Katie's asked about catering. I think there's a mixture. You know, at the end of the day, we're not a huge business with a huge budget, so there is some stuff that we provide as part of the grad program, because we want to get that balance right. But you know, I think it's you've got to come into Suncorp, I suppose, with a view that not everything's going to be delivered at no cost to you. So so while we do some stuff and we do provide some stuff because we've got some budget to do so, I would say we're not. You know, we don't have chefs coming in and, you know, doing chocolate making classes and stuff like that. That's certainly not
That'd
us.
be nice, wouldn't it?
Although I have heard other organisations who do that. But that, you know, that's just not us, and that's not the purpose of the program. We kind of focus more on what are you learning, what opportunities are you getting, what exposure are you getting, and we will give you some food at some point in time during the program.
Katie's updated her question.
Catered learning, Katie. Right. Okay, so learning development initiatives for graduates during the program.
Yeah.
So it's a structured learning program, so thanks, Katie. But at least we're able to give other insights, so thank you. So in relation to the learning program, it is definitely a structured program. We have a learning program that grads do as part of their first 12 months, and then in the second 12 months there's a lot of optional learning that you can do in that second 12 months. But the program is really much more focused around on-the-job development and learning through people. So either through the grad community, through buddies, mentors, leaders. The grad team do a lot with you as well to coach you, but you'll find most of it is based around working on different projects, maybe moving to different teams, doing different types of roles throughout the program, because the whole purpose of the program is actually meant to give you a broad exposure to Suncorp and the stream that you're in. So at the end of the day, we don't necessarily want to send you in a particular direction. We want you to work that out for yourself, but we want to give you the opportunity to explore as many options as possible. So that's what we do.
Awesome.
Cool. I think that's the last
All the questions we've had so far.
question.
Yep.
So cool. So, but also let us know if this has been helpful as well. So if you think you need more of these types of things, just let us know, because we're always willing to share what we know and share information with you that you want to know as well. So, so thank you. But I'll get the guys to say goodbye as well.
Yep.
So. Thanks, guys.
So
hang on.
we've had one more question.
Last.
Are there any nationwide opportunities where grads from different cities get to work together?
Good question. So that's something I suppose that we're working on at the moment. So to give you a little bit of background as well, Suncorp's been through a huge transformation in the last 12 months. And so where the grad programs were quite separate beforehand, we're now one Suncorp grad program. So we do have graduates all the way from Perth to Auckland. And we, as a grad team, are responsible for all of those, and we are working out a lot of ways to help those grads connect together. It's a bit of a challenge sometimes, particularly when you think about the time difference between Perth and Auckland. It doesn't always work out really well, but I think through the grad community, we were doing that, but also through a new grad committee structure that we're putting in place as well, where we are asking grads nationally to work together on different committees to help drive and deliver a lot of the program outcomes as well. So that will give, say, our grads in Perth an opportunity to work on projects with grads in Sydney and Brisbane and Melbourne as well. So we're trying to build that connectedness, I suppose, so that they feel like they're all part of the same program. So, yeah. Cool.
Awesome.
Excellent.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for
Take
joining
two.
us.
Thank
Bye.
you. Come see us in Sydney and Brisbane.
Yeah, come to careers fairs. Thanks, guys.
See you guys.